How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews back with yet another review, and Gingerbread Stout time. This is December 2014, so yeah, Gingerbread Stout sounds kind of badass. I've never had this before. I've heard of it, but I've never had it. Didn't really get any kind of distribution in my area up until recently. Popped into my local grocery store the other day, found it, picked it up, said, might as well review it, as I do all beers. So what we have here is Hardywood's Gingerbread Stout, as far as what it says on a label. Hardywood Gingerbread Stout, Imperial Milk Stout with fresh local ginger and honey. Reserve Series, 9.2% alcohol by volume, 55 IBUs, 2014. Freaking Christmas in a bottle. R score, Beer Advocate 100. Take that for what it is. It's kind of weird to see a Beer Advocate thing on the label. Pour slowly into a stemmed glass. Government warning stuff, yada yada yada. And we got a little bit of something going on here. Made with wildflower honey from Bearer Farms and fresh baby ginger from Castlemont Farm, Richmond, Virginia. Hardywood Park Craft Brewery, Reserve Series. Made with baby ginger from a Castlemont Farm and wildflower honey from Bearwood Farms. Hardywood Gingerbread Stout captures the terrier of Central Virginia in a rich, creamy libation with a velvety mouthfeel and intriguing evolution of notes from milk chocolate to vanilla to honeycomb and cinnamon to a snap of ginger in the finish. We hope Hardywood Gingerbread Stout contributes to your merriment this season. Founders, brewers, Eric and Patrick. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's kind of a cool label. I dig it. The whole gingerbread stout thing. It's got a little gingerbread man on a little table there. And it's got a nice little like honeycomb pattern in the background. I'm a sucker for anything honeycomb pattern. It just appeals to my neurotic, anal, retentive nature. So I dig it. Not the best label in the world, but better than good. So yeah, there we go. Let's see what we're gonna get here, cork-wise. Ooh, that cage broke. Almost twisting off. That happened in a while. Yeah, let's see what we got there. Ooh, I like it when they come out easy. That can be taken so many ways, so keep your filthy mind out of it, YouTube, or wherever the hell you're watching this. Wow. For some reason, I expected it to be, I know it's a stout, milk stout, but I expected it to be a little lighter in color for some reason. I don't know why. I just have that kind of gingerbread in my head. That is a head on there, too. Crazy big head, mocha coffee colored head. Gigantic, you're talking 4 fingers worth. Blame it on the pour, blame it on the beer, blame it on whatever you want, but that's gigantic head. Beautiful in color, though. Color-wise, it's dark. Dark as dark can be. Like I said, you think of gingerbread, you think of that, brownish color. I was expecting it for some reason to just be a little bit lighter, even though it is a stout. So, it's dark. Can't really tell you what's going on there. But it does have some nice cascading bubbliness on the edge. And, it's dark. That's all I can give you. Try to get a nose in this sucker with a head that big. Definitely get, your spiciness there, your kind of gingerbread snipe spice, like your cinnamon. A ton of cinnamon, actually. And milk chocolate, definitely. It's that cinnamon, man. It just it smells like, I would imagine almost all grocery stores are different, but by me we have a pretty decently big grocery chain called Wegmans. They sort of have great beer. Actually, this is where I got that at. And during the fall season, they put out these brooms that are cinnamon brooms. And when you walk in the grocery store, it's like boom, cinnamon in your face. Kind of getting that vision in my head from this. But it is definitely cinnamon, that ginger portion or particle or portion of gingerbread that would be cinnamon. So there's gingerbread's there, but cinnamon seems to be the dominating factor there. Nice sweetness, but not crazy sweet. And nice kind of milk chocolatiness to it. It smells quite nice. Super excited to give it a whirl, which I'm going to do right now. Cheers. Interesting beer. I like it. I like it. It's an odd beer to drink, in the sense that it's nothing like I've ever had before in a beer. It tastes very much like gingerbread, which kudos to them for nailing that right on the nose, or in the mouth, or in the palate, wherever you want to call it. It's got this kind of spicy burn from that cinnamon, which is kind of cool. It's not an alcohol burn. It's not a chili burn. Kind of like you get the alcohol burn from some beers. You get the chili burn from some beers. It's kind of like that burn, but with the cinnamon. But I'm a big fan of cinnamon. Who the hell doesn't like cinnamon? So that's kind of a cool thing. That powdery milk chocolate is there, but it's leveled down from that kind of cinnamon gingerbreadiness. It's all very delicate though, like they're powerful flavors, but they're not in your face or overpowering to the point where they're beating you down. They're there and they're vibrant, but they're delicate at the same time. They're not brutal. Zero booze whatsoever. Nice mouthfeel. For a stout you wish it would be a little bit thicker, but nice mouthfeel. And just a really drinkable beer. I mean, it literally is kind of Christmas in a glass. I mean, if you're going to rate any kind of beer, or rate anybody kind of beer, categorize any kind of beer as a Christmas beer, this might be the leader in the clubhouse. I mean, it is Christmas in a bottle, is basically what it is. Like I said, ton of gingerbread, with cinnamon being the dominating point. Nice breadiness to it. It kind of gives you that gingerbready breadiness to it. Decent mouthfeel, which would be a little bit thicker, but it's not criminally thin. Just that little bit of kind of mocha chocolatey, milk chocolatey kind of fluffiness to it. It's not super prevalent, but it's there. It's just a very nice beer. Balanced quite well, even though some are a little bit bigger and shorter than others flavor-wise. It's really drinkable, really nice. Just a really nice beer. I'm a fan, and I like sweet beers. And I know what overly sweet is, and while this is sweet, I don't think this is even close to being overly sweet, which is nice. You expect, a milk stout that's gingerbread based with ginger and honey in it, kind of would be overly sweet. But yeah, it's good. And the ginger, the ginger is there. It's more like cinnamon to me than ginger, but that's probably what I'm getting there instead of cinnamon and ginger, which is kind of weird, but it's just a nice beer. I'm a fan. Yeah. Really nice beer. Rating wise, I give it like a 91. 91. It's a really nice beer. 91 overall. Availability, it's a weird thing. Like I said, I've never seen it in this area before. But right now, I can go pick up bottles at multiple locations. So, I mean, even though it is seasonal, and I've never seen it in this area before, I'm going to have to rate it for what I know right now. What I know right now is pretty readily available seasonally. So right now, in season, I give it like an 8 on availability scale. And value, I think it was $11 for a bomber. I mean, the whole bomber thing is kind of like whatever. I mean, you're really not getting bang for your buck when you're dealing with bombers. Anyway, you're talking about an $11 bomber, this quality at this alcohol percentage, you can't go wrong. So I'm going to give it an 8 on a value scale too. So high 8s in value and availability, and overall, 91. It's a really nice beer. I mean, if you like stouts and you want something a little bit off kilter, give it a whirl. If you like sweet beers and you like pumpkin beers, or you like winter warmers, but you like that kind of spiciness you get with it. Not necessarily that it's a pumpkin beer, but you like that spiciness that you get with those kind of beers when they're kind of ramped up. If you're into that, give this a whirl. And you're into good beers, give it a whirl. And if you want to either drink Christmas in the glass this time of this year, or let's say it's a little bit further past Christmas and you just want to reminisce about Christmas past, absolutely fantastic beer to give a whirl. So yeah, another review in the books. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you did or you didn't or whatever, please leave a comment in the comment section below. If you'd like to check us out anywhere else, sorry, on the internet, you can at Massive Beers in all three of these places: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Way more active on Instagram, so if you're going to check us out anywhere, check us out there. And yeah, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a really nice beer like this one, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.